Breaking news, he just ended the UN, by Al Waisman for freedomdaily.com. President Donald Trump has given one of the best Christmas gifts the American people have ever gotten, and once again kept another one of his many promises. On Christmas Eve, the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, announced that President Trump has given the order to cut its 2018 contribution to the United Nations by $285 million. That's a cut of nearly 25% and a great start in the plan to fully defund the anti-Semitic and anti-American United Nations. All of this came about when more than 120 nations criticized the United States for its decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and for declaring we will be moving our embassy to said city. How dare we, as a sovereign nation, decide where we will put our embassy? CNN reports Graham defund UN after Israeli settlement vote. Senator Lindsey Graham will propose a measure to pull U.S. funding from the United Nations unless the UN Security Council repeals the resolution it passed condemning Israeli settlements. It's that important to me, told CNN. This is a road we haven't gone down before. If you can't show the American people that international organizations can be more responsible, there is going to be a break, and I'm going to lead that break. I will do everything in my power, working with the new administration and Congress, to leave no doubt about where America stands when it comes to the peace process and where we stand with the only true democracy in the Middle East, Israel, Graham added. He later told CNN's Dana Bash that U.S. funding accounts for 22% of the UN's budget. The United States on Friday allowed a UN Security Council resolution condemning Israeli settlement construction to be adopted, defying significant pressure from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government in alliance with President-elect Donald Trump. The Security Council approved the resolution with 14 votes, with the U.S. abstaining. Trump soon after tweeted things will be different after January 20th, and on Friday, a senior Trump transition official told CNN the transition team was all hands on deck in working to kill the UN resolution. Graham issued a statement after the vote, harshly criticized the Obama administration for abstaining. The Obama-Kerry foreign policy has gone from naive and foolish to flat-out reckless. With friends like these, Israel doesn't need any enemies, he said. I anticipate this vote will create a backlash in Congress against the United Nations. The organization is increasingly viewed as anti-Semitic and seems to have lost all sense of proportionality. Graham traveled to New York last week to discuss the resolution with Antonio Guterres, the next UN Secretary General, and he spent the past week lobbying members of the Security Council not to support the UN vote. The South Carolina Republican also talked to South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley's Trump's pick for ambassador to the United Nations about the resolution. The settlement issue is no doubt an issue, Graham told CNN, but this is not the way we abandon Israel, citing the controversial 2009 Goldstone report about the Israeli conflict in Gaza, which accused both Israel and Hamas of war crimes as well as other anti-Israel measures at the UN. Graham said, enough is enough. The bottom line is, with all the problems we have, Israel settlements are pretty low on my list, Graham said. He added that he wanted to work with the UN to help stabilize Iraq and Syria. He also was planning a joint effort with the UN to create a Marshall Plan to support countries emerging from conflict, but won't do it unless the UN overturns the resolution. I'm a huge supporter of foreign aid in the UN, he told CNN. I want to do more, not less, but I can't support funding a body that singles out the only democracy in the Middle East who shares our values. Related, what the UN vote says about how Trump will treat Israel. Graham plans to move forward with his measure after the congressional recess when a continuing resolution expires in April. Senator Ted Cruz tweeted that he spoke with Netanyahu and assured him of support for Israel in Congress. No U.S. dollars for UN until reversed, Cruz wrote on Saturday. Graham hopes to create leverage for Trump to deal with the United Nations on the issue when the president-elect takes office. Trump is a good negotiator. Let's see if this gives him some leverage, he said, adding, if the world body overturned the measure, the UN has got a chance to reset and let the new administration restart the peace process. It's about damn time we defund the scum in the United Nations, which has really turned into a place where nations' leaders send the people they don't want around anymore. The days of going against our nation's interest and us paying for that disrespect are over. There is no need to pay people to hate us. They can hate us for free. Perhaps if they don't like it, they can just move the whole UN to somewhere in the Middle East. That's a great place. I hear Dubai or Qatar would take them. Just get that garbage out of our borders. We don't need them here. I totally agree with the last part. I totally agree with that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.